Okay, so are we starting right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's time to start. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Today's topic will be social media and marketing, how to make social media work for your chapter. And I apologize for the background noise. My name is Ferdinando Castro Gonzalez. I am an international student from Venezuela, and this is, of course, this is something that happens every time that we go into like a deep presentation. Can I start over? This be edited or not?
You're roll. You're rolling. It's not edited. Just go.
Okay, so I just go. Okay, so needless to say, my name is Ferdinando Castro Gonzalez, and I'm an international student from Venezuela, serving as the chapter president for Alpha Alpha Psi Phi Theta Kappa Dallas College, Richland campus. It's a long name, I know. And I will be not alone today. I have other three members with us. I will now yield my floor to Fisa.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am a sophomore at Lone Star College University Park and the chapter president for Beta Epsilon Nu. And I have another team member here with me.
Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Flores. I am the co-chair for the college project for Beta Epsilon Nu. I am a second year at Lone Star College.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Juarez. I'll be helping Alpha Alpha Psi in this presentation, and I'll be majoring in marketing. So this is my topic. Now I yield the floor to Ferdinando.
Okay, thank you so much. So with that being said, let's make some use of the time. So there you go. So let's start with something to warm up our minds. So what is your relationship with social media? Why you should consider this? Because depending on your intentions with your social media, is that your different resources are going to be available for you, and also you have to have some type of considerations. For example, if your intention with social media, which is not going to be the case just with Phi Theta Kappa accounts, is just to connect with families and friends, then like normally the people who you're going to be looking into like following is going to be exactly those. The content it will be more directed to kind of like sharing your experience with them. But if it is something that, for example, like an artist is going to try to follow up like different pages that are going to further his reachability to other audiences so he can promote his content as far as he can, and also to make himself a little bit more of a business with it. So all the time, no matter what you do, consider what your intentions are with the social media so you can start thinking ahead of what your post should look like. I know that we are all aware kind of what social media is, but for the purpose of the presentation, I believe that I should introduce you with a definition so we can all work with the same definition. So social media is generally defined as a platform online via websites or apps that allows users the ability to both create and distribute any matter of content, while also allowing for a social environment media for networking and communicating. Honestly, when it comes to social media, this is not just but another venue that humanity has created for themselves to kind of like share their emotions or their view of the world. It's like an update from the time that we used to like make draws on the wall so other people can see what we used to saw once we leave that place. That's pretty much what it is. And why it's important? Social media and marketing right now. Well, uh, social media right now is extremely important due to the pandemic. It is the primarily source for us to communicate with each other and with other chapters and other institutions. So it serves as a almost primarily resource for you to start like connecting with others. Some of the points that I have in here for you as is to help increase chapter recognition in college and also outside college, help with increasing options for participation between officers, current members, and potential members. Something that I do have to say, and this is true at least for my chapter, we have a VP on social media. So I'm pretty sure that other chapters do this differently, but sometimes this spot can be filled with like a committee or like a group. So it can be used even more right now to kind of like give opportunity to other members to be more involved with your chapter so they can get more knowledgeable about our opportunities or events. so they can start like getting more knowledge for whenever if they want to be an officer, they are um, better prepared for the position later on. Also, you have helping with connecting with respective members, providing opportunities for making connections and networking. This is also true not just for prospective members. Sometimes you can use social media also to connect with other people who can be maybe a keynote speaker, maybe an institution that can help you in your college project or HIA. The reaches of social media is quite far if you really work into it. Now, it helps with providing useful information about Phi Theta Kappa scholarship, as well as other resources and opportunities. Uh, Again, for example, every time that the Texas region give out some of their wonderful opportunities, you can use your chapter social media to promote these opportunities as well with them. That's one of the main reasons why you should consider social media with your Phi Theta Kappa. Okay, so I already touched a little bit in this regard, personal versus professional social media. Um, Personal is kind of self-explanatory. It's whenever you release a content on your own. You really just express yourself and your own goals and objectives in life. But when it comes to professional social media, which is something that it fits more the profile of Phi Theta Kappa, this is more like academic institutions, business, religions, and sometimes with Phi Theta Kappa, some chapters try to also get them ready for like work. So it can be something like you can kind of think of as a professional kind of a deal to start like getting ready with maybe some resources that can help them get more into the doors of certain businesses. But something that you have to be in mind is that whenever you're preparing a post or a content for your chapter, this person has to be aware that it's not your vision of the chapter. So it has to be somehow related with everyone working together on the post one way or another to give feedback, to make sure that the content that is being shared, it is the reflection of what you're trying to send to your audience, as a chapter. Okay, so now branding. I know this is true again for my chapter, and I think some other chapters do have again these logos. Uh, it is like I know we all have the Phi Theta Kappa, but it is important for you to have your own logo. Why? Because you can brand yourself better. It's some type of like differentiation that you may possess that it can make you more it can it can last the time that people can know, oh, okay, alpha alpha side, like you can see it in the example. But if you're gonna be changing it, because it's bound to happen as we grow, logos change, try to keep some of it familiar to other people, because if you constantly keep changing your logo, if you constantly keep changing, let's say your mascot, you lose part of your identity, so you're less recognizable. So try to be smart whenever you're trying to do this, so you can have some type of um, consistency. Yes, and always before you do any post, even before you do your logo overall, check with your advisors or somebody who is knowledgeable, because sometimes you can incur in copyrights, and you want to avoid copyright as much as possible. So be careful of the legalities and keep yourself informed with your advisors. That's why they are there, um, to advise. Okay, so as there are different roles that you can have in social media. Sometimes in chapters, everyone has a different role. Sometimes it's just one person. But I will focus mostly in those three things: content creator, content distributor, and content consumer. So as a content creator, as you may guess, is the one who create the content, and they are the ones who should be able to be familiar with their audience, so they can cater a product that can be appealing to those who are in your chapter and outside your chapter. And they should also be skillful with different social media platforms, so they know how to create content based on that specific platform. We also have the distributor. This person doesn't necessarily have to be a content creator, because there are apps like Canva who allows you to create content before even getting into the actual social media. This person should be able to focus that content into the specific social media that fits better the format. For example, the format that if you're creating a content for TikTok, and you want to share on social media, like you have to be aware that the format on TikTok will not allow you to share the whole document as it is to, like, let's say Instagram or Facebook. And if you want to be able to do this, you have to use different applications such as InShot that are actually going to allow you to share the TikTok video with the whole format. So this is more where they actually come to distributor, and it has to be aware enough of which apps are going to allow you to share this document uh, properly. And then we have the consumer, that we are all consumers one way or another. And but that doesn't mean if you don't create the content, that doesn't mean that you don't have a role, because your role as a consumer is to be able to critically think how the content can impact you individually. You shouldn't just be like receiving something without actually thinking on how that can impact you. Maybe you can give some feedback if you see that some chapter may be in a wrong direction. We're here to support each other at the end of the day. All right. So now networking and making use of your connections. There are two tools that I want to speak mostly, even though there are more. Hashtags and tagging. Hashtag is the single most important tool available for you to utilize in social media. People are subscribed to and regularly follow hashtags to see the content they want first in their media feeds. And then tagging, which is a great way to provide audience with contact with others, and also to kind of like get them involved with different type of communication that you want them to look into it very specifically. Um, be aware that part of what it makes us special is the networking opportunities that we all have. Normally, also fellowship is great for that, but social media can also share a, a, a big sense of the load in this case, even more right now that again, it's all virtual. Okay, and now one of the important aspects, and I have spoken about it quite often today, is know your audience. Every chapter is different. Some chapter has people who are more knowledgeable, well, not knowledgeable, like they have experienced more life than others. So you have to be considered the demographic, even their taste. I'm gonna put something very simple. Let's say that you, as a content creator, you like cats like a lot. You love your cats and you want to create content focused on cats, but your chapter is more focused on dogs. You have to cater them, because at the end of the day, that's what they're asking dogs. So see exactly what the goals of your chapter are, what they're interested in looking into it, what opportunities you can offer that it can enhance their experience with social media, because the whole purpose of having social media is for you to create something that is going to make them be more willing and more like looking forward for looking for your content on social media, which is at the end of the day the end goal, to have an engaged community with your social media. So yes, think on your audience, check other chapters, social media, see what works for them, ask questions. We're normally very willing to share information that is helping us. That's something that I do advise you, and something maybe even greater can come with those questions. And if you know some type of resources that can work for other chapters that you see maybe lacking out for them, do that. It's gonna make us better and stronger. And with that being said, I would now yield my floor to Fisa, so she can continue with the social media part of the content.
So today we will be looking at the strengths and weaknesses of different social media platforms. But before we do so, it is important to understand how to prepare yourself for using these platforms. So here are 10 steps that you can follow to prepare yourself. Number one, you should know your role, as my colleague mentioned before, whether you're a creator, a distributor, or have content that's personal or professional. Number two, you need to know who you represent, so that you can meet your organization's goals appropriately. Number three, you need to know your audience so that you can share content specific to the type of audience and meet their demands. Number four, know your project and goals so that you can work towards your organization's mission. Number five, you need to know the type of content that you will be sharing So this is something you need to be aware of, as the information revealed on social so that the information revealed on social media is relevant to your purpose. Number six, know your graphic standards, the type of logo you have, because this will ensure that you illustrate your organization's individuality. Number seven, create an authentic social media profile. Authenticity is important because it allows your audience to have faith in your organization's mission. Number eight, consider strengths and weaknesses of the social media platforms. We will be looking into these soon. Number nine, market your brand. We have a speaker who will be speaking more about marketing in depth, and stay consistent with your social content sharing.
Could you change the slide, please, for the number?
So now we will look into the strengths and weaknesses of social media platforms that are commonly used by college students. And this is important as looking into the strengths and weaknesses will allow us to think more critically of the social media platforms that we are using. Okay, next slide. So Instagram is amongst the two most popular social media platforms. It is the second most popular and commonly used social media platform after Facebook. Instagram was founded in 2010, and as of 2020, around 1 billion users actively use Instagram per month. However, for Facebook, we have around 2 billion people using it every month. So the strengths of Instagram is that it is very popular when it comes to sharing media like pictures and videos. It is also well known for starting online businesses, and it's very unique when it comes to the type of stories you share, because people can really personalize their stories. However, there is a recently launched feature on Instagram which is called IGTV, and this also allows users to effectively post long videos or even short films for numerous purposes. However, there are significant weaknesses associated with Instagram that most people just scroll through the videos or photos without responding. So it's hard to have a responsive audience sometimes. And messages in stories that are not checked may never be seen. So it's very likely that the message you're sharing may never reach a particular person. However, when it comes to marketing, Instagram and Facebook are popular, and they have a lot in common, and they both are used for similar purposes. So Instagram can successfully be used for marketing products through the use of attractive visual aids or compelling videos or narratives. And but just the same, when it comes to the weaknesses, again, it's important to note that sharing long and lengthy messages on Instagram may not attract the audience that you want to. So it's better to have more attractive visual aids. Next slide. So Facebook is one of the most oldest social media platforms because it was launched in 2004. So it's probably the oldest one we'll be talking about today. However, over the years, Facebook has only grown and developed. So Facebook is a network where people from all age groups and diverse backgrounds are like collected together, and a wide variety of information is shared on Facebook, covering personal, professional, academic, and other many different types of information. And something to know about Facebook is that it includes a place called Marketplace where ordinary people can sell or buy objects and products. So it's helpful because normal people who are not famous can still sell some of their personal products or just start a small business. However, because Facebook is such a big social media platform, something to know is that because there's so much information, the impact of each type of information reduces significantly because all the information combined together creates a very distracting platform for people. So it's very likely that someone who may see some sort of gaming um, information or celebrity news may be more attracted towards that instead of some social issues or something. But it all depends on the user, but that is something to keep in mind. And then currently we can see that Instagram is more popular with the younger generation. So Facebook is more used by the older generations and older people. However, both of these are good marketing tools, and Facebook is a comprehensive network where you can share issue-centered information and create pages for based on a variety of topics. Next slide. So Discord is a relatively new social media platform because it was founded only in 2015. And it initially started as a social gaming platform, but now it is also used for creating and managing public and private communities. So the Discord's general organization is that there are servers that you can create in Discord, and within each server, there are different channels that can be used for different topics. So these channels are unique because they also have voice and video calling features, and altogether Discord promotes team building, and it's easy to impact a large audience for a specific purpose. However, because Discord is relatively new, it's not very commonly used amongst all age groups. So it's mainly just used by the younger generation, and you may not find many older people using it. And another thing to know about Discord is that you can only reach a limited number of people. So your audience will be very limited because only those interested in the features of Discord will be using the social media platform. However, it can still be used for marketing. Now, Slack is a little older than Discord because it was launched in 2013, but it has many similarities with Discord. So they're pretty much like twins in a way. However, the primary difference between Slack and Discord is that Slack is more work and business oriented. So you will find Slack used more professionally. So the same, just like Discord, Slack also has multiple threads that can be used for different topics. However, Slack is very popular when it comes to like being used for college related purposes, as um, my honors college uses Slack. So it's very audience focused. However, the same like Discord, is relatively new and some features may be confusing to use. So it takes time to adapt to both Discord and Slack. But Slack is very good as it can be used for marketing. So if you have a large company, you can divide your large company into specific sections, and each channel in Slack could be used by a specific section. And the benefit of this is that all members within your company will be able to see all the channels, even though they may not be required to participate in each. But this way you can divide your work between within your company. GroupMe is a text messaging app that was founded in 2010, and it's not as popular as something like WhatsApp, let's say, but recently we can see that it's very very commonly used amongst professors and college students. So it's the main purpose of GroupMe is to like build a supportive network and directly interact with your classmates. And GroupMe also contains Campus Connect, which is basically a feature that allows you to locate different organizations or clubs within your institution. So this way you can just connect with other clubs that you may not know about, or just you couldn't locate them anywhere else. However, um, since very few people use GroupMe, the audience is limited and it's only effective for sharing text or pictures, and it's not exactly a marketing tool because it's more classroom focused and allows students to like keep track of their assignments and their communication with their peers and professors. Lastly, YouTube is another very old social media platform. YouTube was founded in 2005, and it is the largest video sharing network available. So the primary advantage of YouTube is that almost anyone can start their own YouTube channel if they have a good plan. So this way, YouTube gives very flexibility, like a big flexibility, because you don't really need to be a you don't need to have any background in film or video to create videos, but you could just start off a channel from home. And we can see so many YouTubers who may have dropped out of high school or just wanted to start off with small videos, but now they're like popular and they're earning so much money because of YouTube. So there are many features in YouTube that are just so very beneficial. One good thing is that videos, you can create playlists on YouTube. So these are basically groups of videos discussing a particular topic. So this way you can just have a place to find similar information. However, videos can also be located easily through the subscriptions feature. This lets you look through all the videos associated with a specific channel that you're subscribed to. So even though YouTube is so big and there's so many videos out there, it's very easy for you to locate specific videos in YouTube. Therefore, YouTube can be used for promoting events as well as streaming live events for audiences across the world. And YouTube, because it's a video sharing platform, you can share long videos, and you can even showcase the process of development, like the process of how you develop your brand or your organization, and you can just attract people towards your product. And now I would like to give the floor to Daniel.
Well, hello everyone. Well, first I want to share a little of my background. I'm the founder of A&H, and I've been working with marketing for over 6 years. So for me, I really love this topic. And the first advice that I will share with you is that you need to know what marketing is. The Oxford Dictionary defines marketing as the action of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. But for me, marketing is so much more than that. For me, marketing is the tool that businesses, and in this case, organizations as your chapters, can use to truly connect with your audience, with people. It is the process of creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging information with people. It is very beneficial because that way you can make your chapter known, as well as you can share all the information that you have. We can see that different companies like Google, Amazon, and different big companies have a very established strategy of marketing because they know the importance that their strategy can benefit their company. So today, we want to share with you why marketing is important, how to effectively develop a strategy, and tools that you can use to share your information, as well as other tools and strategies that have used and have been very beneficial to our chapters. Could you change this slide, please? Okay, so we can see that another one, please. Okay, we can see that we know now that we know what marketing is, we'll see why is it important. Well, first, marketing will help you sell or invite people to your events. This is very beneficial because we all know that you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, but the goal is to share that with other people. So once you have a strategy, marketing could help you to effectively share that information to others. The second thing is that it creates, it can help you create awareness of your projects as well as your goals. This is important because once you share the information, your audience will be more engaged because they will know that that information that you are sharing is beneficial to them. The third thing is that making it will help you to it will help you as well as your audience to define the what, why, where, and when of your projects. Okay. So this is very helpful once because once your audience know when is going to take place an event or how could they enter, they will be more active and you will have more engagement with your audience. Okay. The next one, so the next slide, please. Okay. So now developing an effective strategy. This could be once you just search in the internet how to effectively develop a marketing strategy, you will find a lot of information, and most time is not as complicated as you can find. But the first thing that is very important, you need to know your audience. Once you know what is their interest and what is the things that they like, how could they be more involved, you will make a personal, which is the second point. You will make a personal presentation on other personal projects in which they will be more engaged and they will be more attractive to your project. So, which is why it is so important that you make an effective strategy. The third point is content. We all know that it is important to have valuable content that could be beneficial to your audience as well as you, but it is important to also make it attractive. You can use graphics, you can use videos, you can use even conversations within the audience, because that way you will be more involved with the people attending to your conference, attending to your projects, but you will also know that it is helpful to them. The next step is to collaborate with others. In your chapter, there are a lot of people with different abilities, different talents, and they all know they can all contribute to do an effective strategy. That also means that you need to collaborate with the people you are going to share the information. That is important because that way they'll feel that they are contributing and they are helping you to create and share a message. That way they will be more involved, and at the end that is what we are trying to do, right? Try to share information, but at the same time having a good time with everyone. And lastly, you need to highlight key takeaways of your project. This is important because you know how to write a paper, how to write an essay, and we always need to point out the information that we need to clarify, we need to make emphasis. So once you highlight those points, it is easier for your audience and to you to take away that information. Next slide, please. Okay. Another thing that I want to share with you is tools and resources that you can use to share your message. So we talk about social media, and it is a platform that is very beneficial, but you need to be conscious of the time. Social media is used by people who are trying to get as much or get entertained with that information. So once you know that people are gonna wanna see your post like 30, like 15 seconds, you need to do your content attractive as well as make it informative, but very, very fast, because the people are not going to see your post too much longer. Then there are other strategies like putting information in Blackboard or in bullet boards. Obviously, when you're on campus, it would be easier for them to see it. And also you can use newsletters or emails. now that we're another strategy that you could use on campus is in high traffic areas. You can put post-its or you can put posts on office and the office of student life as well in cafeteria, popular hangouts. But this can apply also to the online format. Well, we know that a lot of people are using YouTube. We know that a lot of people are using Snapchat, Instagram. So we need to use those resources to make it more engaged. But it is important to know where to put this, but you need to know also how to do the content. The tools that I personally use is I use Premiere Pro, I use Canva, I use Adobe Effects, Illustrator, Photoshop. All those tools is to make your content more attractive to others. So now we're gonna share what strategies we have used that can be very beneficial to our chapter. So I yield the floor to Alexandria with that information.
Hi everyone. So what works for our chapter? So the most popular way is to post on social media, collaboration with other organizations, newsletters, and emails. With all these examples, you're able to share your information so widely to your audience. Next slide. So on-campus marketing techniques. So some on-campus resources. So very important. These are very important. So participate on-campus events or virtual events, so you get the word about your organization, such as PTK and how it benefits you. You can give your explanation and how it helped you. To show off your pins, your graduation stuff to catch everyone's attention. Everyone likes the idea of once they complete something, they earn something. So showing them like, hey, this is what I got out of it, and it's important because of this. So 3 pop-ups, advertising tools I'm using on-campus social media, on-campus resources. 4, partnering and collaborating with different organizations. So when you're talking to different organizations, you're networking, you're talking to others, you're showing them, you're teaching them about your organization and they're teaching you about yours. 5, purchasing PTK merchandise, t-shirts, pins, or free advertisement. You're wearing them and people are constantly going to look at it and they're going to want to ask questions about it, or they see the shirt or see anything and they're going to Google it to learn more. On-campus presentations and asking for administration to share your message to the entire student body. So creating flyers and sending them out. Next. So what do you do with your marketing results and statistics? So keep track of your statistics and results and regularly compare them against one another. So you know what you can do right, what are you doing right, and what you can do better. So evaluate which marketing techniques have been successful and why based on the type of audience and the amount of people. So alter make marketing techniques to improve on a larger alternative audience, and conduct surveys, understand people's preferences, encourage participants, and ask for attendees' feedback. Asking for feedback is very important because you're showing the audience, hey, you coming here is helping us. And if you can give us some feedback, make this even better, it can make all the difference. And ask people what they gravitate to specific products and services. So next slide. So make your logo, as we said before, making your logo recognizable. Don't change it often because then you're not going to be everyone's going to keep looking at the logo and being like, oh, it's the same thing but different logo. It's always going to be something different. But if you have the same logo, it just attracts people. You keep looking at it because it's the same thing constantly. You're walking down the halls and you see a flyer. Then you walk again to your next class and someone's wearing a t-shirt. It makes it recognizable. Next slide. So graphics for the win. So graphics and flyers are very important. You don't want too much information because it's going to be too much. So having a title that literally tells you everything on the flyer is very important, with small details and pictures to catch everyone's attention. Next. All right, now I'm going to hand it back to Fernando.
There you go. Oh my God, this mute button like had me crazy. Okay, so Q&A actually, um, this is open to the floor to those who are here. If you have any questions, so maybe we can read the comments and introduce a question to the rest of the region. This part, honestly, just it's a waiting game if we have to like read. So I apologize in advance.
I also wanted to emphasize if someone wants to share their experience with marketing or have any question of how could they improve or if they have any idea but they don't have the tools to put it in motion, I mean we are here to help. Just let us know what do you think. So because this is a workshop, we want to have your involvement. So we are here to help.
Yeah, but I do think that you bring a very important part here, Daniel. In case that nobody else really have any question, we can always just share our experience. I do have to say this, and this is my second year with Phi Theta Kappa, and I've noticed even before the pandemic that it is quite a challenging position. Some people try to get into like social media because you know what, I do it every day. I just do this like on my sleep. I check it. I just have to slide, have a post, and that's it. And they don't realize that once you actually have to work on it, it is not an easy task. It's not an easy feat. It's something that you should really consider because it's not just about creating content. It's also about looking for followers. It's also like making some like it's kind of like educating yourself how to create content that can be like more likely to get some likes and get some more exposure. Some people maybe even invest some money to kind of like help themselves be more reachable on social media. I don't know how many chapters do that, but it is an option. So it is something that has a lot of potential and also requires you to be very creative on how you like share your content. You have to be very smart. It's a different source for you to kind of like connect with other people. So it requires constant checking and it is very challenging. We are just really scratching the surface of all the possibilities that you can do with this um, source. So let me check on the chat
So
just in
we
case.
have a question. How would you go with reboosting social media page that has been dead for a couple of months? So I kind of have experience with this at work. I'm the one in charge of our social media, and it's been dead. Like I'll be honest, we haven't used it in about 2 years. And so when we were told, when I was given the task, they're like, "Hey, we need to reboost it." What I did was started doing giveaways. We did with giveaways. Everyone loves free stuff. If you tell them like, "Hey, like this post, follow us, and share it on your story," you get a chance to win a $10 gift card. And people love the idea of being able to win. And then once they win, they're still following you, and you're getting attraction from other followers. So that's my experience. Anyone else have anything else?
Yeah, that's actually a very. Oh, sorry. If you want to go ahead, Danny, I don't mind at all.
Yes, I just wanted to point out two things. So in Instagram and social media, the important thing is that you need to be constant. So if you haven't published, you need to publish at least two times a week or every day if you can, because people wants to see content that are valuable, but they want to see it recently. Also, you need to be conscious of the algorithm. So if you publish a lot of posts, it will be easier for other people to see your page. And the third thing is you need to be conscious of the design, because if there are a lot of colors, if there are a lot of contents, it could be a little overwhelming to them. So I would suggest you to create a line of designs or using just a specific color or a template. That way it will be easier for them to identify your profile, and it will make it more attractive to them too. So Ferdinando, if you want to add something.
Yes. As I always say, never discard your chapter. If you have a lot of time without using your social media, a good way for you to start knowing how to use it better is to just contact your chapter. get them together, maybe like in a general session or something, and say, hey, listen up, we're having this, we have a project, we want to have a very good social media. What are your thoughts? What do you expect from this chapter to have in the social media? So reach out to them, talk to them, make them involved. It's just a different way, as I said, to make sure that people get more, they feel more involved with the whole experience, and at the end of the day, it may help them be more excited about every other opportunity that we they might have in this case, with Phi Theta Kappa. So ask for feedback, and again, reach out to other chapters that you may see that have successful social medias. Another venue, without thinking too far, is the Texas region. So you can always check with them. They have their advisors who are like 24/7, replying to all of questions, no matter what time it is. Correct. So let me see if there is another question. Tu, 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 tu. Okay, so yes, there is somebody here who's pointing out that the college marketing department can help you create the logo. That's correct. That actually is a very, very smart way to even avoid having copyright, because sometimes some people try to use some elements of your college, and you may be incurring in some copyrights that you are not allowed to use. So if you go through them, they're able to like guide you better on what type of logo can it be, and what it is another source that your college has for you. So you're able to use it. Let me see what other question there is here.
Okay, I just wanted to add something. I see that Mary says that you can contact the marketing department, but in some cases, if you don't have a marketing department, YouTube, it could be a great resource to get to know how to use some tools, how to use Canva, as well as, yeah, to learn how to use Premiere Pro. In my experience, I learned to edit video and edit graphic design, you could say, by watching tutorials on YouTube. So I think that if we put the time, it is a great resource that you will learn a lot, and it will be very beneficial to your chapter.
Yeah. By the way, I'm here also reading the comments. Hargi says that she's very fast replying. So instead of focusing too much on Marilinda, she's volunteering or helping with the like replying to all our 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 wondering. So just
I'm gonna
go to
drive
her.
to your house. I'll find you because y'all know I'm old and I don't understand social media. That's why I'm here to
Oh, sorry,
learn.
sorry. My vision goes a little bit
Uh-huh.
blurry,
I was
and
just about to say that I love Fernando the best because I thought that was amazing.
I literally got slapped down for doing something wrong on social media today.
well,
Come
what can I
on.
say? All I'm gonna say is like, Marilyn, there is hard worker. We are all a team. You're awesome.
I
You're awesome.
actually I do really have a question though. So as I am old and don't understand Instagram at all, my question is how do you get followers? Like how do you get your people to follow you? Because I feel like we already have the people who are engaged. How do I get people who
Yes. Well,
aren't, like how do you
that
get the
question is like there is an easy response to that, and that's more evident right now when everything is pandemic. We are indeed members of a college, and all these colleges have their social media. So the best way to start reaching out to other members of your college is to follow other social medias from other clubs. So you start like you follow like in my case Dallas College, so you follow Dallas College social media, and every department is crazy. I know this is crazy, but it's almost like every department has their social media. So you go and you have like a Focus, you have like Kappa, you have like the Student Government Association, and like you have all of them, and without noticing it, you have reached to pretty much the whole campus. And if you start like connecting with them, like, hey, listen, we share your events, you share ours, boom, that's it. You already reached pretty much the whole college just by then. And the same you can start doing with other colleges, because sometimes there are transfer students, there may be others who are nearby from you and they don't like too much their college and they want to look into calling college, which in your case, like, you know what, I don't like too many this college, but I want to transfer, and you're already kind of like in their spot. So that's why you also should be reaching out to other colleges as well.
It is
Um,
important to point out that the process is a little slow.
yes,
Yes, you are not going to get like 100 followers in an hour. So it will have to take some time. You have to reach others. But yeah, that is an excellent strategy. Start to follow other people, and they will follow you back. Also, Alexandra said that if you put like giveaways or you do like events, that would really engage everyone,
yeah.
and they will
I
follow you.
mean, there are different venues. I mean, this one is really up to how you market it. But sometimes, same as well, it's not the same. But for example, in Instagram, you can have like a student chat. So maybe you can open up to the chat that you can invite people to like engage with you. So you give them like a spotlight, like you have like a host, and so you can like share a screen with another person, so that person can like do question if they want to. You kind of like talk with each other, and you kind of like remove them, and you bring other one like to talk to you. It can be a whole interactive experience if you are into it, but those need more work because not everyone is available at the same time during this pandemic, even though most of them are really in their houses. So it's just another way to like work things out. There are many ways to actually like engage with students. It's just that you really have to do the extra legwork. And as Daniel said, it's a process to get into like a point where like you have a lot of people consistently like going into your account. You have to like it's probably gonna have to be kind of like a work officer team with the other officer team, kind of like kind of like sharing information, which we do have enough of a site, kind of like um, a guidebook, so we kind of like learn from all the things that other officers have done, good or bad. So we kind of like have like a um, unifying memory, I guess, with some notes that we'll create for other officers that are gonna come after us. So, so yeah, is there any other question? Since I know that Hargis is very young and she's full of like of knowledge in this area. No, nothing. All right. Institutional memory. You see? You see? You are so good. You see? You have all too many knowledge. Like she's taking me to school in my own topic. Can you believe it? Oh my God. I should be the one in your spot, maybe like a cup of water. And you should be have been here, presenting the PowerPoint slide. That should have been the case, but it isn't. It is okay. Let's see if there is any other question. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Well, then I'll have another question for posting. Does it matter what time of day you post different things, or what
Yes,
time? Alexandria said that she does this for her job. Is like, does it matter what you're doing and when you're posting it?
yes, but it depends on your audience.
So it would be different than Facebook than on Instagram or something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I would say yes, but again, it depends on your audience. Because if
And
your audience is the same in Facebook than Instagram, then it's really the same audience.
I was going to say,
uh,
I jump in here and just add, one thing we do in the Texas region is we continually look at our analytics on our pages and we adjust accordingly. If we see that there are fluctuations, we look at the peak times that people are interacting and viewing our stuff, and we try to target in those times.
So it's
there you
really
go.
cool with Facebook. You're able to see like how many people are looking at it, how many people have liked it, and you can see the analytics. As she said, was you can see the times. I with my job, I post usually in the morning because the first thing someone does in the morning is most of the time pick up their phone. And they need some like warm up time of looking on it, and or I post at the end of the day, just so it's like it's the first thing you do, and most of the time it's the first thing you do and the last thing you do. So just try do it in the morning or at night.
Yes, and it is very important to know that because if not, your content will be you wouldn't get as much impact because you can see how many posts are going everyone has in Instagram. So maybe I'll suggest that put it in the day or look at the analytics. But the good thing about Facebook is that if someone liked it, it will appear in their post too. So try to get them involved to your post. That way we'll have more impacts to others.
Yeah. Um, Even though Facebook, uh, I guess this is something that I do have to say. I think like I think that the posting in Instagram is easier and gets more replies, more like likes and more stuff. But if you connect your Instagram with your Facebook, with one post, you get both social medias at the same time. And that's something that you can do like a lot. So you can only focus on Instagram, but by posting on Instagram, you're posting at the same time the same content on your Facebook. So you do not have to create two content for two different social media. You just work on one, and the other one is already taken care of. Um, uh, Merlinder is saying, marketing department post 7-3. Ooh, okay, good. Juicy information. But it's mostly about her marketing department. But yeah. But again, at the end of the day, you really need to do some type of work on reaching out to your audience. What it works for Texas region may be completely different from a specific chapter because, well, maybe it's not, even though your chapter is under it, your audience is different. So just keep that in mind and build your content based on that. All right. Any other question? No? No jumping into the scene now? Okay. We have been that good. No other question. Oh, everything has been resolved. All right. That's good. So I'm expecting like Phi Theta Kappa sounding track right now. Like poof. Like in Twitter, it will be amazing. Like hashtag we are Phi Theta Kappa. Everybody's using social media now. At least Texas. Okay, which is the most important. The rest, it's okay. As long as we remain the stronger, not only Texas region, but the stronger district, right? We're gonna get into it again, year after year. All right. So if there's no more things to say, oh, I hear something.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Annette. Hi.
A question.
I have an answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that is true. What I think it was Alexandra had said that when you post about a free incentive, free prize, you do get people to show up. Although it'd be the same people that shows up, but it does work. And I do have a question about the Instagram because we was thinking about doing the video that was mentioned at IGT, something you said, someone said, but I'm not familiar with
IGTV.
Yeah,
IGTV.
IGTV, yes. That is when your video is longer than a minute.
Okay. So is that not advisable or just if it's just a little bit over a minute to use it? And
No,
does it,
the thing is that you cannot even post it. If once you reach the 1 minute, automatically you have to use the IGTV. Like it's not
okay.
even a suggestion. You just cannot post it without it.
And
Yes.
so there, anyone is able to go back and look at it constantly over and over again? Is that the whole
It's,
idea behind the longer video?
it's like a post, but the only difference is, for example, if you're scrolling and somebody's watching your video, let's see. But it's an IGTV, it's gonna be like 10 seconds and then it's gonna like stop asking you, do you want to see the rest of the video? Click here. And some people do not like that extra step because it's an extra step, it's an extra click, it's gonna like hurt your finger and you need it to like keep going down. So some people may just not go into it. So if you're gonna use IGTV, those first 10 seconds has to be like spectacular. Has to be like, I must watch this because then my life will not be the same. My day would change completely. So yeah, but beside that, my suggestion is always keep it 59 seconds and 0.5. Just saying.
Yes, the advantage with IGTV is that you can watch the video and change what time of the video you want to see. So if you have information or content that you need to your audience to pause it or read some text, it would be better if your video is longer than 1 minute. That way they can pause the video wherever they want. Because if your video is shorter than 1 minute, it will the person will need to watch the whole video just to be in that exact point. So there are advantages and disadvantages, but just if you analyze, you can consider which one is the best.
Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. Yes. Good. Any other question? Okay, I see something. Maximum amount of characters limiting Twitter post. No, Actually, with the IGTV, you do not have, at least that I'm aware of, a limit on how much you can post the video. That's just like a starting from 1 minute. You can keep rolling. It's just like, I mean, I have seen very long videos on Twitter. They're like an hour or so, but they're on IGTV. I don't know if it has a specific limit, but it can get long. So yeah, it's not like Twitter. All right. So we are at 5. Huh? You see, a whole hour. It passed so fast. I thought we had like another one. So round 2, no, for like the nocturnal people, we have the early birds and the nighty owls. So this 5 to 6, no, okay. You know, maybe I was just teasing, guys. He's teasing. And everybody's like, nope, no, come on. Where is your energy? You're young, vibrant people, the lead of the college. You see, oh, come on. You're all full of life and energy. So, okay. Well, I guess we have to wrap up for today. I really hope that you enjoyed your time. There is some type of thank you here. I hope it is kind of like resemblance of the season we are, because I come from a country we don't really have a season. So I saw like a pumpkin. I just kind of assumed it was fall because Halloween. So I hope it is something that you like. Yet again, here, well, Alpha Psi and Bet, can you please say your name?
Beta Epsilon Nu.
Beta Obsidian Nu.
Thank you very much, everyone.
It was a pleasure, and take care, and looking forward for next week's presentation.
Thank you, guys.